Welcome back to the Webby O'Neill channel. It's Real Madrid. Everyone wants to see this game. I can't wait. What I'm looking forward to is a player who's just come on leaps and bounds, and it's Kobbie Mainoo. He has played in every game in pre-season, and I think he's exceptional, and I want him to start me, Webby. I don't know about you, lad.
Well, it's good to be back here, so it's been a few years since we've been out here on the perch. You know, we've been sat here, didn't we, the Sancho years. Sat here about 10 years. No, you're right. He's played very well. The manager likes him.
Yeah.
You know, if you're old enough, you're good enough. You know what I mean?
That's what they say.
And he's not looked out of place, so, you know, and it's a position where, I won't say we're struggling, but it's something different, you know, so I'm looking forward to see if he does play games. I hope he does, think he will do, because like I said, the manager fancies him, you know, and it's great that a localist lad is coming in and he's making a mark on the squad.
I want Kobbie Mainoo to stay around the squad. The other day I was thinking he might want to go out on loan. I thought he should go out on loan. But looking at it now, Webby, I think he should stay with Erik ten Hag and the staff. I think he needs to be around players like Casemiro. I actually believe, Webby, and you let me know out there what you think, I think Kobbie Mainoo's too good of a class player to go out on loan. I think it could hamper him, hamper his progress, and I think he needs to be in the squad with Erik ten Hag and everyone else, because to me, I think he's great. I thought him and Hannibal, up to now in the pre-season, were the two outstanding players what I thought could come through. But looking at Kobbie Mainoo, I think he needs protecting inside the squad because he's too good as far as I'm concerned,
Yeah,
Webby.
I think if they do got to put him out on loan, they'll do the best, they'll pick the best club for him.
Yeah,
you know, obviously keep him here.
Yeah.
We want to keep him here, so we want to keep him here around the squad and around the match day. I'm going to say he's going to be starting and involved all the time, but I do think it's better if he stays here.
Yeah.
And like, to be honest, so he's not looked out of place.
No, he's not.
That's the word thing about him. You think with these young kids that he could, you know, be a bit overawed, but he hasn't. He's took everything in his stride. You
Calm.
know?
He was so calm on the ball.
Yeah.
The way he passed the ball, the way he moved.
We've seen it here. Was it the Everton game we played in the FA Cup?
I can't.
Yeah, it was the FA Cup game against Everton. People thinking, who is he?
Yeah.
You know, we've seen, if you look at it, enough to see the reserves in the UFC, you know what it's been like. But he never looks out of place there in January.
No.
And it's only benefiting the club. And
Yeah.
like you're saying, if he does go out on loan, it'll be for the best of the ability in the right club, because over the years, so we've sent that many kids out on loan and it's not worked out.
They've not progressed, have they?
No, they've not played. They've picked up stupid injuries. They've not been put to the right club. But you're right what you're saying, Tony. Let's keep him here. Let's keep him around the match day squad, the first team training, and it's only going to benefit us, mate.
Yeah, I want to see him start the game. And if he doesn't start the game, I want him to at least get 45 minutes in the second half. The other thing I am looking for is the start, and the start of Casemiro, Mason Mount and Bruno. That'll be their first start together, right? And it's the midfield, and I am looking forward to it. Mason Mount is the man what was targeted. Casemiro's there, and Bruno's the captain, and it's Real Madrid. This, to me, looks as though that's the main midfield, Webby.
Yeah, I looked at the Arsenal game, Tony, and I'm thinking, seeing that Arsenal team, what they put out, it was a top team.
Yeah.
And to be honest, so, apart from that first chance in the first couple of minutes, we looked comfortable.
Yeah, very good.
And it was a football we was playing as well.
Yes.
The quick football out, and it's only going to get any quicker with Onana coming in, isn't it? You know, he's going to be he's going to make the defence quicker. He's going to passing going to be out quick. And I just think that, do you know what, Tony? I'm looking forward not just to tomorrow's morning's match. I'm looking forward to the start of the season, and we get someone up top, you know, as well as talking. That's progressing very well. So, no, I'm happy, and you can see with the manager, it's the players he wanted himself.
Yeah.
You know, you get players coming to the club, and there's been club signings, not the manager's signing. Yeah. And I think these two choices, the manager wanted, and he's buzzing that he's got them. And let's see what else comes through the door.
Is that the midfield choice, though? Is it the main one? Casemiro, Bruno, and Mason Mount? Because I see that as a very, very strong midfield, right? A lot of people have been critical of Mason Mount, okay? A lot of people have been critical of Bruno being the captain, but when he took the captain armband against Arsenal the other day, he just slotted into it. It looked cool. Yes, it was pre-season. People call it a friendly and that, but he just looked fitted for the role. And with Casemiro there, these three, to me, I think, are the mainstay of United going forward, of winning things, because people are underestimating Mount, in my opinion, Webby. I think he's a very good player. And I think Bruno, the way he's took the captain's armband, the way he's appealing to the public and showing himself and dominating himself, as if say, I'm here, I'm a captain, I'm in midfield, and this is what we've got. I do believe it's the best midfield.
Yeah, no, you look at that midfield and you won't go anything against it. You know, the three great players. You know, it's a backup as well. We'll probably speak that later today about who stays and who goes, because Casemiro's going to get the odd red card this year because they've got it against him and some of his tackles. But that's what his game's about. So do we keep Scott? Does Fred stay? There's all big questions. But then Mainoo comes in, you know, and it's great situation that the manager's got. You know, he's getting players who are hungry. Who are not coming, because we made that mistake over the years now, so by getting players with a name who's only coming for the money, really, not done anything. Mason Mount seems to me like he's been here for 3 or 4 seasons. The way he's slotted in well, the way he loves the club.
Yeah.
You know, and I know Chelsea fans have been a bit awkward because they're absolutely devastated because wasn't he there played a year 3 or 4 times out of the last 5 or 6 years or whatever.
Yeah, 2 out of the 3
it was. You know, so you lose. They've lost an England international there. And people say, well, 60 million and all that. It's a snip.
Well,
it's an absolute snip zone in today's ways. You see City getting 20 million for kids who have never played. This is a full-blown international with Premier League experience. Absolute steal toe.
Yeah, it was a steal. I agree with you. I look, you mentioned there about players going and all that. Sancho against Arsenal, played in the false 9, scored the goal and that. But is Eric Ten Hag just putting him there because there's a position there at the moment until we get a striker? Can he force his way into the side? Is the people in front of him? Because that's what I believe. There's talk there of Sancho going, being on the transfer list, people wanting him, along with Scott McTominay. You know, are these good choices to get out if there's bids for him?
I think Sancho has got a massive up till January. You know, we've been on here, we've been sat out here when we was trying to sign him. And on his day, he's a top player, international player. I just think this now, from the start of the season, he's a run of games, no injury, in the right position. And we'll bear the fruits of him because up 2 or 3 years ago, he's probably one of the first names on Gareth Southgate's
list. But it's where they play him. I think
he can play in a false 9, me. He proved that the other night. He's a tricky player, scored a great goal. Well, so I just think that...
Well, you let us know out there if you think Sancho is there to play in the false 9. Because if it's a false 9, then who's the centre-forward? Is there a centre-forward? This is the problem. We're going after centre-forwards. To me, I think it's just there. But, you know, I understand what you're saying. But it's out there. You give your opinion on that.
I think the big thing as well is... I don't really want to speak about it, but I think the club need to make a move. The Greenwood situation, because it's been going on for too long now, Tony. We need to know what's going on.
Yeah.
We need to know whether he's kept his number, he's kept in the squad, he's been training hard by himself. We need to know what is going on with Mason Greenwood.
He needs to know, surely.
He needs to know. We need to know. As fans, we'll be the last to know. But the club needs to make a decision because it's dragged on now and it's dragging on. And don't get me wrong, he's a great player. He's a player you build a team around, but we need to know what's going on, and that will obviously affect the manager's transfers. If Greenwood goes on loan or whatever.
Should he be back in the squad, Webby? He be back here?
Yeah, he should be back in the squad.
When they come back from the pre-season in America and start training with the first team
People
again.
have got their own opinions about it. Any walk of life, any situation in life. Me and you have probably got different opinions about whether the hot dogs from that a hot dog from that stands hot or cold or worth the money. It's all about opinions. But he's been found not guilty. So he's a great player. You know, I'm coming to the facts of saying he's probably the best natural finisher I've seen in the Premier League since Robbie Fowler. Natural finisher, right foot, left foot, top player, Tony. And these owners will not let an asset like that go for nothing.
Listen, I've listened to Gary Neville about him, right? And he's raved about him, right? There's no doubt about that, right? He said it on our channel. I interviewed him. Gary Neville raves about him, thinks he's one of the greatest players to come through the youth academy and all that, right? But the situation is with him, he wasn't found not guilty. He wasn't in court. It was just a case what was just dropped. So it's all shrouded in mystery and everything. You know, people have got opinions here, there, and everywhere. But the thing is it time? That's the question. Is it time for him now to join in with United and get back in there?
It's like,
you know, and that's for a question for yous out there. You know, I'm not sure which way to go on it yet.
Well, the sponsors like him running out in their training kits.
There's
lots of things, Tony, but at the end of the day, he's been found not guilty. We've all heard the tapes. We all know what's gone on. You've got to be daft if you don't know what's gone on. But at the end of the day, he's not guilty. He's a professional football player who'll only help Manchester United Football Club. We know what he can do. We've seen what he can do.
Yeah.
So let's just wait and see. But now it's coming up, what will be 3 or 4 weeks before the season starts. The decision has got to be made by the club. What they're doing with him.
Oh, there has to be a decision made. I just don't know what the right decision is.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, it's very, very tricky.
Yeah.
But the club have to deal with it one way or the other, as far as I'm concerned.
Quickly.
Now, we've got Onana in, an exciting goalkeeper here, plays football, completely different than David De Gea. I'm telling you, Webby, I've seen things about him. People out there have commented about him. He will give you heart palpitations, right? But it's what you want. It's what you want. This man is going to get you off your seat, Webby.
Another steal for me, Joe.
Another steal?
40-odd million quid for the goalkeeper who's not even at his prime yet. Got the best record in the Champions League last year. Decent record in Italy. Daft as a brush, which you've got to be a goalkeeper, as you all know.
Yeah.
You're the goalkeeper and you're daft as a brush.
You've
got to be a daft as a brush to be a goalkeeper. So,
okay, I'll admit it. You've got to be daft as a brush to be a goalkeeper.
And he's a great goalkeeper as well. So I think it's another one who wanted to come to the football club.
Yes. That's what you're seeing this season, isn't it?
You're wanting players who want to come. You know, I've seen that video of Mount going back to Mount after a few days at the club. What they say, it feels like home. You know, you want to wear that. What's in my bank account? I can't be bothered doing this, can't bother doing that. He looks at home, he looks happy, and it's only going to reap the benefits for us. So let's see him, hopefully the same with Onana and whoever else bring through the door.
I just want to go back to that question what I posed before, and we got carried away. What it was, I want to go back to Sancho and McTominay. There has been talk that there's people looking at him to sell him, possibly get between 70, 80 million for the two. Would you sell the two at this moment, Webby? Would you sell them both?
No, I won't sell anyone. I won't sell Sancho. I think he's got a big future there still. I like McTominay. I think if you're going to get rid of one of them, it's got to be Fred. He's in his last year of his contract.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know, no disrespect to Fred. Some games he's played brilliant. Some games he's been Fred.
Yeah.
And, you know...
So you wouldn't entertain bids for them too? Even though there's talk out there with West Ham and Tottenham and some other clubs?
If it's the right deal for the club, we've got to get the right deal for the money. You know, because over the years we've let that many players go for peanuts. And it's like with West Ham, they've just got 105 million from Arsenal for Rice. So if you want McTominay, give us 70 or 80 of that. You've got the Bugs Bunny. You've got the money in the bank. Don't say you're skin, because we know you've got the money. Same with United. We're going for play. They always put that 10 million
tax.
That 10 million extra on because it's United.
Yeah.
You know, if West Ham want to play ball, they've got the money. So they've got the 105 million they got for Rice or whatever they got. Plus they've got the money what they've put aside for this season with them winning that European. So, and it's the club what have spent, not massively, but they've always had the money about them. So if you want Scott and you want Addy, we don't want to send you Addy on loan. Give us 100 million for the pair of him. You've got the money, so let's do it.
Well, you've heard it there off Webby. Scott McTominay, worth £70 million. We want 100 for Harry Maguire. Is that right?
If you look at it, so there, City have just sold 2 players who've never kicked a ball in the Premiership and got 20 million. The goalkeeper and was it a centre forward or a wing? They never played, never kicked a ball. They got 40 million. You know, and you look at the kid at Southampton who they sold. City sold to Southampton. Liverpool have just had a bid rejected for 40 million. They want close to 50 because obviously Liverpool got to buy back bit of dough on him. So United have got to act like a big club now.
Yeah.
In the selling terms, we act like a big club when we're buying. 9 times out of 10 we get our pants pulled down over the extra few million. So this time we've got to act like a big club and say, if you want Scott McTominay, he's in contract, he's a Scottish international, he's top of the goal scoring charts in the latest Euros. We want 70 million. If you don't want it, he stays here. Simple.
You heard it there. It's simple. Scott McTominay, £70 million.
Simple talk. Pay up or shut up.
That's the one. Pay up or shut up. Listen, thanks for joining us. Get the comments in. Please press that like button, and we'll be back soon with another video straight after the Real Madrid pre-season friendly in the morning. Cheers.
Thank you.